All right, let's kick this one off. Let's get it.
Live and love with Andy.
Nice. Would you just look at that? What is going on, everyone? We are back. I missed you guys. I feel like I haven't went live in like a month, but it's only been a week. Missed it. Sick. Wasn't feeling too great over the weekend. Went to a car show. Maybe I should have stayed home and rested, and that just got worse. No Rona, thank goodness. Got tested and everything. They told me I had a acute respiratory, cold. So they got me on some good medicine, and it seems to be working, man. So just happy to see everybody here tonight, and I just, I felt like I've been working a lot on my car, and I've been going to shows. I am right in the heart of car audio season, at least for me right now. I just came back from the Cancer Society Flood City car show with the Team SP Loud and Team Bass Outlaw guys. We're just showing them what real bass is. And so I had that, not this weekend, but next weekend is the first official Team SP Loud show at Greensburg. That's our actual location, and that's going to be awesome. And then guess what? 2 weeks from then, Slamology. So it's just bam, bam, bam. We are right in the heart of it. So I felt like I could just go over, just what's going on with me and Cookie Monster and car shows. If you guys are going to any, if you're coming out to Team SP Loud, Slamology, what you're doing, what shows you're going to attend, I want to hear it from you guys and just see how you guys been doing. I missed you guys. Ernie, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. I see you guys. And I got to throw this up here again. David with the super chat, man. He did it for the Rona. He made it, hit that like, people. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you, just who you are, man. And as a bass head, man, appreciate you so much. And thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you. William, what's going on? William just bumped up to a $10 Patreon. If you look on the bottom of the screen, he is up there with the $10 guys. Hey, Living Loud with Andy. Hope all is good. Hope you're feeling better. I feel a lot better. The medicine they gave me was like Sudafed. I mean, it works. It gives you a little bit of an edge, so you can get some stuff done around the house. But man, it don't let you sleep too well. But when you do sleep, you sleep a lot better instead of being clogged up in the... Because it was just like my allergies. If you know me, you know I got bad allergies. Times 10. It was really bad. So at least that's gone. Thank goodness. Appreciate all you guys being here, man. Might even have Vega jump in with us like about halfway through. I figure I'd just get over the topic, and then when we could just start side jagging later. He was already on the Rolling Thunder podcast with the other Rob, and of course Scott. Casey jumped in on the end. We did the Scrap War, Bass Wars. That was really good. I was surprised I won 2 out of the 3 the 3 out of the 2 contests or whatever competition levels. We have like trunks, hatchbacks, I guess you could call them that, hatchbacks, trucks, and SUVs. And I did better than I thought, man. But it was my 1-year anniversary. I think they just gave it to me. Appreciate you guys. Got a lot of people up in here. Cornut, what is going on? I don't know what language you're speaking, but I appreciate you, Mr. Caboose. We got Paul. What is up, Paul? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Let's see. What's up, El Fuego? I see you, man. Blake, what is up? Thank you for tuning in, bud. Jaquan, thank you for tuning in, man. Hope your kicker system's doing great, dude. Let's see. We got Ashy. Larry, what's up, buddy? Deviant, you may enter now. You're welcome. I don't see no voltage tonight. I know 25's in here, but that's only 7.7 volts. What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. A little Wiz Khalifa, man. Yeah, I wanted to get an L7-8 just flex video for you guys, and I just wanted to try it myself. You know, I've been sitting here with this thing just sitting all cute and just crazy looking, and I just wanted to try it so bad. And it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I had it hooked up to the DX 250.1, and it wanted more. But I'm going to build an enclosure for this soon, probably at the same time when we start building our bunk beds for the kids. That's my excuse to start cutting a box for this and the bazooka. I'm going to do both of them at once. How many watts? Well, that's a good question on that video. If you looked at, because that's my buddy DJ Bruce. That's his fancy Fluke O-Scope portable. It's like $2,000. He let me try it, and I was going to do it for a video and here and there, but it's just like, you know, I got to figure out what I can do with it first. But it does read the AC voltage, which is nice. And then if you know your impedance, you can figure out how much power. But there's a thing called box rise. So it was showing, what, 25 volts, I think it was, for the L7-8. And if you would say you're at 2 ohms and there's no box rise, what's half of that? That's how you would get your box rise of the amperage current inrush. And then you would multiply the two. So it would be 25 times 12. It was close to 250, but that's without box rise. So less than 250 watts. So probably around 180, 200, but being not in an enclosure, you don't get much box rise. But there is some, even without the box. And this thing's rated at 400 RMS or 450, so it can take it, for sure. Clipping or not clipping. DIY audio guy, thank you for tuning in. hard to make videos when you're busy working on things. I know, and it's like that's what I kind of been doing with Cookie Monster. Like I've been going ham trying to get that thing just right, as good as it's going to be cosmetically and like acoustically, I guess you could say, with just the sound of it. I actually was having an issue with it with Cookie Monster when I had my false floor little cover, because it covers the battery. So like that's how the kids get in the back seat and everything. And when I took that out to meter it so it's louder, which it is, and when I took it out, I noticed that I was canceling. Like I heard cancellation, okay? And I'm like, what the heck is that noise? I never heard that before, but maybe it's just what I did with the enclosure. I changed some things. Maybe it's port velocity. Maybe I'm hitting port velocity. No, it was not. I put that piece of the cancellation. I put the piece of wood that covers that battery back in because I didn't hear that noise until I took it out. I put it back in, noise was gone. I'm like, okay, I bet you any freaking money it is the bottom rear floor that I replaced. It's not strong enough. So I put a brace up in there, just jammed it up in there, took the piece out, the cancellation is gone. I only heard the cancellation at like full tilt boogie. It just didn't sound right. And I'm like, that never did that before. So it was something I could fix. I'm probably going to remeter it. I'm not going to slide the box up to try to get the max SPL. But if I could still get that 49, almost a 50 out of it, again, that would be cool. But I know it just sounds so much better, and I'm happy I fixed it, so it's really ready for Slamology. Added more shag. You guys will see that soon. And just pretty much making everything look clean, honestly. And redoing my engine bay, making everything look good, so when people, you know, check out my car, they'll see the hi-fi wire and not look at everything else like, oh my goodness, what is going on in this engine bay? Trying to make it look halfway representable for Slamology and just for my own, you know, personal, like, come on, man. Got to make it look good. Oh, man, I'm not even seeing these super chats, but it's okay. Yeah, they don't show up anymore. I'm going to have to see... SJC, get at me, man. I do not see super chats pop up anymore. I have to go through the comments, but that's okay. I can do it as long as I don't go on too long without looking at the comments. Just me, thank you for your $10 super chat, man. Your support means so much, man. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in, dude. Thank you. All right, let's see. Wanted to get to the other super chat. Of course, the Caboose, Cornet, the lowly Lincoln. Thank you for your super chat, man. SJC, what's going on, man? I was just talking about you. All right, let's see if I missed anything else. Ernie talking to El Fuego. Power factor. Yeah, well, we're not calculating that in there, but yes. That's why I just rely on the SPL lab, because it, you know, calculates power factor, from what I heard, the right way. And that's why Term Lab was having a little bit of issues with the Terra amps, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. The Average Guy 1983, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate your comment too on my post about me missing out this Tuesday. Thank you, man, and thanks for tuning in. Hi, Andy. Glad you are doing better. I'm just here chilling at home today, watching the kids, so the wife can get some well-deserved sleep. Plus, it's raining here in Los Angeles. Wow, you're all the way out there, man. Seems like a lot of bass heads are out that way too, and that I know. That's awesome, man. And yeah, they always do need a break, so it's perfect for you to just be watching YouTube and commenting away and watching the kids in the meantime. That's awesome, man. All right, let's see. Thank you. Yes, this is... I love this shirt. This was the first one that I picked when I was on my shopping spree, because I'm like, this thing just looks cool. Like, literally, I got one for Kayla, too. All the ones that I got, too. And I was like, man, I really like that shirt. I need to try that. Because she, like, wore it, like, the first day. I'm like, I want to wear it, but not right now. I love this one. Thank you, man. Yeah, Sandy does an outstanding job on the design stuff, man. It is awesome. It really is. Devin, thank you for tuning in. Yo, Andy, while I haven't been active, I built my center console. Awesome, dude. Awesome. You got the two 15L7s, right? In the very, very large box. Where's Bubba at? I see everyone saying hi to Bubba. What's going on, Bubba? All right, let's see. I'm caught up to that part for now. I forgot to turn my music up. I turn it down for the Rolling Thunder because they say they can't hear as well. I turn it up a little bit higher for me. All right, let's see. Yeah, RG, I did see your, you sent me a message. I'll have to check that out. And try to call. Okay, so you're the one that called from that weird number. iPhone's dumb. You don't get your contacts backed up after a certain date. So I didn't have your number. But yeah, I'll check that out. Sorry, man. I was wondering who called it, and then it did say like IL or something. I'm like, what state is that? Illinois or something, or Indiana? I'm like, well, you know, it's just terrible with prank phone calls and just, you know, the automatic voicemail stuff. The computer's calling you about your extended warranty on your 2007 Eclipse. It's like, nah, man, you don't even want to put it on this car. You're gonna be losing money. I'll have to check that out though, for sure, man. All right, let's see. Thanks, Bubba. Thank you, man. You need a kicker shirt, man. I know I seen that one picture of you. Do you have any kicker shirts, man? Thanks for tuning in, too, bud. Let's see. Okay, let me scroll down. I know I'm behind a little bit here. I'm just trying to not miss too much. Okay, now it just jumped up to whoa. Okay. My Python is 9 inches. Okay, that's good to know information. Man. Dub Team. What's up, buddy? Andy, I didn't notice, but did you brace the front of the cabin of Cookie Monster? I made it better than it was the second go-round, because this is technically the third go-round, but it's not. I just had to take it out because I was working on the enclosure. And I took the whole thing apart, and I think I was I had to rerun holes for different amplifiers. Something like that, and I forgot to brace the bottom part, but it worked. But I don't have anything braced top to bottom, per se. I kind of thought about that for some things, but honestly, I have 4-corner bracing on the box, and it seems to be doing the trick. It's holding the box down, it's not jumping, screws aren't pulling out. I was thinking about adding maybe another 1 or 2, but honestly, you would need to brace from top to bottom, but with playing low, you're just going to have to add more power, because if you start reducing flex, sometimes that flex is beneficial for you. And then to combat that is to add more power, and honestly, up to the clip light, I'm clamping 25, 26, almost 100 watts out of that KX2400, which is totally normal. So I'm getting all the juice out of it. It does obviously more when I'm clipping, and it can get a little bit louder. I need more power. I need more power with this new build that I have in the car. It's not that different. It's just, it's a false wall with an extended port. So it changes the port measurement, port ratio, because you got a little bit of external port, less port is taking up the enclosure, and I have the same amount of airspace as previous, so that means that the port is technically less port area per cubic inch, in a way. And then there's all different kind of variables, because I still have that outside of the box covering the port. So it's like I'm still taking up the same amount of space in the vehicle, so I'm not changing 3 things at once, I'm changing 2 things at once, but yet, who knows how many things I'm actually changing. So I forget what I was going on that, on that road for, but honestly, it sounds a lot better, and I don't think I have to brace anything else. I think I got it to a T where it needs to be, man. Floppy Bird, Floppy Bird equals cancels, exactly. And that's what it was, because it sounded fine until I started giving it to Sauce, and then it would just, like, it was like a whoa, 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 whoa. Like, it was like, it wasn't a regular sine wave. It was just 32 hertz that I was playing, and it's not like I couldn't do that before, and it just didn't sound right. I'm like, man, am I chuffing? Is it my trunk breaking apart, you know? Because my buddy JR down the street, his latches keep breaking, and I'm thinking maybe the trunk is just getting looser, and I'm getting cancellation because the trunk's going further. You know, there's so many factors with this stuff. So I was thinking that, and then I was like, you know what? Let me try putting that piece of wood back in there that covers everything. And the sound went away. I'm like, either it needs that to not cancel, or I have a bracing problem with the bottom floor that I've replaced back there, and it's not like I didn't have that before. I didn't. So this new box just needs that for some reason. I didn't use any thinner wood, different wood, pine, 3/4 inch, braced it. I even braced down the braces that go to the metal more, and it made that canceling noise. It's just how it is with car audio, man. You change one thing, you change like 6, okay? And it's just getting down to it. What do you want out of your build? And I just wanted a little bit more musicality, and not so much that, but I wanted it to, I don't know, I wanted it to be punchier, and that's what I got. And now it's punchier, and I think I'm right back at where I'm at with the score, because I know I dropped from a 50.3 down to 49.7. I think I might have got that back, the 0.3 dB. I don't know, maybe it's louder. I don't want to give myself hope or you guys hope, but it sounds so much better. I took it to Busy Beaver today, just giving it the sauce. Volume 28, 29, I'm good. 28's my cruising bump, full tilt boogie. 29, giving it the sauce, you know, not even hitting that clip meter. Now 30, 31, I'm banging off that clip meter just a little bit, but it's taking it, and it doesn't sound like it's clipping. It doesn't sound like it's distortion, but it does. It says clipping on the KXA 2400 KRC bass knob or whatever. And so you know you're clipping a little bit, but up to 2-3%, you know, is it going to be audible? No. So that's where I just know I do need more power. But then it's like, how long can I play? Even if it's clean power, how long can I play like that on a 3.5-inch coil? So it's like I could add more power, and it could be louder, and it would probably last longer than my 2400 that's just clipping with more power. But again, how long is it going to last for? That's how everything is. You know, you drive your car down the street, you rev it off the tack, you know, you rev it. You're flying 90 miles an hour. How long can it last like that without it overheating? Or 110 or 130? Or just, you know, there's so many variables with it. I'm just happy that it's working. And there's always bigger plans in the future for that car. But I don't know. I kind of like a single 18 in that car. So who knows? Let me get back to the comments here. I was going on there a little bit. But I just wanted to, you know, just talk about it. Let's see. Thank you, Ashy. Scott, what is going on, man? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. All right, okay, what deck? I just got the Kenwood, I don't even know, 3200, 2800. It's just a 5.4-inch screen or something like that. It's got a DVD player, which is nice. Not that I really need it, but it's there. It's got 4-volt pre-outs. It's Kenwood. It works. Nothing too crazy, man. Nothing too crazy. All right, let's see. Baba, thank you for your super chat, man. Hit the like. Further consider becoming a Patreon contributor to help support your favorite content creators. I appreciate you guys, man. I know I seen when William bumped up, I'm like, man, he was a $1 Patreon. That's pretty cool to bump up. And Baba, you've been 10 the whole way, and it's just awesome that you guys are, you know, because it gives us fuel to do more, you know. And I talked to Kayla about it. I'm like, it's just so cool that I don't have to tap into our finances that pay for the bills and everything else, and that this stuff will pay for itself. And it's cool because it's like we get to enjoy it. This is car audio, man. I'm making videos about bass and subwoofers and just talking to you guys about the same thing. Like, dream come true. Like, how cool is that? And to keep doing that, obviously, you need finances to make it flourish, man. Yeah, YouTube helps a little bit, but honestly, I don't even look at it like that. Like, it's the Patreon, it's the super chat, it's the people that are in the community, like you guys, man, that make the difference. And thank you so much, dude. That's the Ernie up in the chat. He's just talking to everybody. Let's see. All right, I think we're caught up there. Yeah, I just missed that $20 super chat, but I got it. Again, thank you, Baba. Thank you, everyone, man. You guys are nuts. El Fuego! Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Andy, have you listened to the kicker down-firing 10-inch L7T 2-ohm enclosure? Not yet. Considering it for my wife's car on 600 watts RMS. I think that's perfect. I think, what's the RMS on that? I think it's 400 or 500, I believe. But I like that. That's the brand new one where it's the square L7T down firing, and I think that's non-passive radiator. That's just the L7T, and that thing is it just looks awesome. And to run it on a 600 watt RMS amp, it's going to sound good with the power that you're applying to it. It's not going to need much more than that. Literally, that's perfect, man. And I don't know about a car application how well it would sound. You know, it would probably sound pretty good. I think it's more meant for like a truck pickup, or if you just want it totally out of the way. Obviously, you could put it in a car. You could put it in the trunk. You could still put groceries on top of it. You don't have to worry about, you know, a box or something rollerblades rolling into your subwoofer. You don't have to worry about it. And if you just want, you know, like that low end extension where your car just doesn't have, you know, they have bass roll-offs literally when you turn the volume up too high. And same thing with the high end, just everything, all pass filters, you name it. So if you're trying to get that low end, you know, give it the beef. That's perfect, especially for like your wife's car that just wants some little bit of something kicking her a little bit. You know what I mean? It's the perfect little setup. No, I have not got one of those yet. I was trying to get either the Q8, like the Cube 8. I was trying to get that, but that was out of stock. And I was looking at I think it's the CVT or the Comp Art. It's like the Comp, but it's in the bazooka tube. I was looking at that one. But I do like the down-firing ones, but I have a truck. But it's not really a truck that I would want to put on my YouTube channel because might as well just give it to Whistling Diesel and just let them use it as a farm truck, you know, and just last like 3 minutes. Actually, it might last pretty long. It's a Toyota. It's not a Helix, but it's a Tundra. It's a nice one, but it's just, you know, it's seen its days. So I just don't have anything to use a down-firing enclosure for. Otherwise, I probably would have picked it up, but that's why I got the Comp C dual-loaded enclosure. And that thing, man, 144.6. Yeah, it was a 53 hertz, but it still did a 42 at the headrest. And then whenever I played a lower frequency, its lower peak was 43 hertz, at least with the vehicle and stuff, and the enclosure, some. It did a 40.9 at the headrest. So it's still a very musical box, but if you want to get more, you know, score out of it, yeah, you can play 50s. Some hertz, absolutely, man, and give it the beans. I gave it like 1400 watts. I probably would have got the Comp Qs in the 10 loaded enclosure, but they weren't in stock. I would have went that route. Just because I do have the power, but it's like, man, I'm just waiting for the L7Xs to throw in there. And this is nice too because it just goes to show that you don't need a lot of power to be loud. And $300, man, you can't pass that up. You can't. All right. Let's see. Yeah, these comments are getting all crazy. I keep like catching up and then it like skips. It's because I'm talking too much. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm caught up there. Jeff says, give it the sauce for a few, then back it off a little, let it cool. Absolutely, man. And yeah, I got that temp sensor in my car, which is just freaking perfect. I don't know if I have just a picture of it on my Facebook, or I would pull that up. I should have brought that up, but it's okay. Oh, Deviant has arrived. I missed the comment. Thank you for tuning in, Deviant. We don't forget about you. Got earplugs. What is up? From Cincinnati. Thank you for tuning in, man. I seen your comment as well. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me and let me know to feel better, and you'll always be tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I really do. Dave. Andy, I will always be your first. Thank you, Dave. You'll always be my first, too. That clock, though. I know. I don't know if you're still watching, Ernie, but I need some speakers. I know we were talking about that. I want to get some more kicker clocks. I need more. James John, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Is there any way to keep track of shows for Team SP Loud? Honestly, if you don't follow my personal account, I have a group on Facebook, Team SP Loud. I have a Facebook page. You're going to know if you're on any of those when I'm going to have a show. But honestly, I haven't even worked out the next date for the Team SP Loud show, at least at the Greensburg Stereo Shop location. Probably mid to end summer, probably like an August show, away from like the 4th of July and, you know, towards the endish time. Just because I don't want to wear my welcome there. You know, 2 shows a year with just, you know, 150, 160 dB demos going on for a whole day. I think 2 is enough. You start going there every month, people are going to start talking. So you can get away with some with being a stereo shop, but at the end of the day, You know what? I thought I felt 100%, but like me talking and going and going and going, I'm getting a little bit of a headache. Yep. Getting a little bit of a headache. Dub team, no, I haven't. I need to do this. I need to bring my computer down. Andy, have you made a custom background for your head unit? Most Kenwoods allow you to upload your own shots as a background image on head unit. I know. I just need to bring my computer down and plug it in so I can upload the image. I need to do that. Thank you for reminding me. So whenever I meter the system this weekend, I'll do that. I know I've been wanting that. I know that's a feature. Thanks for tuning in, man. See, these comment sections, it's just getting all misconstrued. Craig Scott, what is up? Thank you for tuning in. Ernie says, for sure, holler at me next week with the details. Awesome. I know I was talking to Bill a little bit about it, and I just kind of let it go. So yeah, I will definitely contact you, man. Have a good weekend too, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. All right, let's see. I think I caught up. Got Brian Townsend. What's going on, Brian? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. All right, well, if Vega is still in the chat, let me know if Vega's still in the chat. Vega, you need to comment that you're in the chat. Ernie got cones for days. Clocks are us. It's a good one. You know what? That's a good idea. Flick it on the USB and upload. I do have a bunch of those. I should just do that, huh? That would be a lot easier. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. If you have to cut it short, do it. We will be okay. I might if Vega doesn't jump on. It's hard, you know, just doing what I do normally, talking. Da 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 da. I feel just the slightest little bit of headache, man. I'm still on medicine, so. James, thanks. I'll catch you in Greensburg. Awesome, man. You know, I think it's going to be a really, really good show this year. Just because. It's going to be awesome. I want to see the full potential of the stereo shop because it's cool because we got air conditioning, got a whole garage, and obviously parking outside. There's, you know, not vendors, but there's, you know, there's gas stations, there's food. It's great. That's why I love being at Buffalo Wild Wings when there was McDonald's, Taco Bell, Marshall's. You know, you can do whatever. It was pretty cool. A little bit smaller of a spot, but I mean, shoot, if you can demo in the middle of a city, literally a quarter of a mile away from a courthouse, police station, I think you're doing pretty good. All right, let's see. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I didn't notice when I was on the Rolling Thunder. I felt okay. It's me. Like I've been doing stuff, but it's like I've been doing stuff at my own pace. You know, not going crazy. Okay. Allergies and sinus problems. Yeah, I know. Ever since I've been taking this medicine, though, my sinuses kind of went away, which is amazing because I usually take Zyzol every day before I go to bed. And this stuff seems to work better. So I don't have any of the drainage ever since I've been taking this stuff. But it's like, it's a stimulant. It makes you kind of jittery, and it's kind of hard to fall asleep. So you got to take it way early in the morning as soon as you get up. Otherwise, it works great. You know, as soon as I started taking it, I started to feel better. It was just drainage. You know, I felt like I was underwater, man. And then he said I didn't have an ear infection. I'm like, really? Okay, well, that's good. I'm lucky. I'm just, okay. I was taking Dayquil every day. It was terrible, man. I killed a whole bottle. And I was taking NyQuil before I went to bed. Scott, Andy, how tall are you? 5'9" on a good day, 5'8 3/4. About 5'10" when I wear a nice pair of shoes, you know what I mean? 25 says, Andy, when I'm not feeling well, I sleep it off. 2 days mostly sleeping, it works. I wish I could do that. I can't. I'll be having Bryson banging on my head. Get up! He's always, you know, flicking that light on. And it's like, bro. All right. Jaquan, I just made a guy with DB Drive look crazy. I've seen DB Drive. I've never actually heard it. Can't really say if they're great or bad or, you know, RGA says, I could also come on and ruin your show, Andy. I love your podcast, man. I rewatched it when I was actually... What part of the Cookie Monster was I doing? Oh, it was the main thing where I switched the cones. If you haven't noticed, there's no signature right there. I switched out cones. And why I was doing that was I took out, or I had to put in the new thermometer up the pull piece of the Solo X. And I literally had to take the whole spare out, and to get the whole spare out, I have to slide the box up. So I had to slide the box up, undo all my bracing, and I pulled out this spare, and I was looking at it. I'm like, man, this coil doesn't look good, because like I was telling you guys earlier, I kind of went a little bit too much, like 20 hertz, because I'm clamping more power, learning the system. It didn't smell anything until I started to smell something, and I got the first whiff, and that was enough. But I did notice a little bit of damage on it. So instead of taking a chance and running that at Slamology, and then I have another spare, but it's like I'd rather just run one that I know it's in a little better condition first. I know it's the Steve Irby signed one, but where else better to run it than this year? Like, this is like the Cookie Monster 2.0. Like, this sounds a lot better than it did before. Why not? Going to kicker, being under the tent. Let's do it. Let's run it. And honestly, this spider is a little bit weaker than the other one. So that's what, it was just two reasons to just swap them. And it's just from abuse. Playing at 15, 16 hertz, going full tilt boogie, the box falling apart, pulling them in and out. You know, it was just a process. And now that everything is running on all cylinders, it's like, let's just put the good one in. Bring the other one in case. Todd, if you're still watching, Todd, I need to get with you. You need to bring up my Solo X to my spare Solo X to Slamology when you're coming up. I can't fit it in my car. Literally, where am I going to put it? On Kayla's lap, there's no room to put it with the cone that covers the coil. I need to bring it, though, just in case something happens. I have a spare. Because I remember a Slamology. Last time I was under the tent, 2019. And the tinsel lead blew, but it wasn't the coil, but the lead blew. And ripped off, really. And yeah, they're like, yeah, we would, hook you up, but we don't have those. And I was like, I know, but that's, I didn't have a second spare at the time because I only had this one and it was blown. So I'm not going to repair this one. I'm just going to leave that one as is. This one here, I'm going to add, well, I'm not, my buddy Seth. He's the same guy that fixed these leads on both of them. I'm going to have him throw some E6000 stuff to kind of stiffen up the spider and throw on some new resin on the coil just so that everything stays together. If the coil stays together and you just, keep adding glue, yeah, it can change some properties, but it's going to make the coil last a lot longer whenever it does get under some heat to help prolong it. If anything, it depends. I might actually recoil that one. Brand new coil, brand new suspension. Just because. And now that my electrical's a lot better, I'm not clipping like I used to, and it's just, the box is where it's supposed to be. It's just going to be a lot better. So I think that's a better alternative than touching it up. But honestly, I might just have them touch it up before Slamology, just so it has a little bit better of a chance as a spare, my spare tire. So... And he works with me, so it's a lot easier now than before. But even then, I still went out to Johnstown, dropped it off, and went out to Johnstown, picked it up. So it definitely works. I trust him. All right, I was definitely side-jagging there for a while. Casey! Oh, God, Andy, what size pants do you wear? Sweatpants? I don't know, man, like a 34, 36. I got that gut, and I'm about a 32 long. El Fuego, Andy, I hit the steroids with similar results, right? Dayquil liquid is horrible. I just take the pills now. Right, that's what I was taking, the liquid stuff. It helped with the throat, but that was really about it. Nothing that really helped too much. And it's not even like I had a sore throat. It was sore throat from the drainage. So it was just like irritated. So, like, you know, when you go to the doctors, they check your ears, they check your nose, they check your mouth, they check your throat, you know, they do that. Nothing. Nothing. COVID test. Nothing. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? You're telling me there's nothing? Oh, you have a cold. Oh, yeah? For what? 6 days now? This is crazy. I'm just glad I'm feeling better, but, God, I need to slow down. Whew. Lacking oxygen, because the stuff I'm on is a blood thinner, so Face Kicker, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Ashy, don't beat yourself up, bro. Just pick a spot to start and keep going, bro. You'll get where you want to be a lot faster than you think. Good advice. Jaquan, what is the best brand you ran other than Kicker? That I ran? I've ran Sundown, but I've only ran the SA, what was it, the Revision 2 or Version 2? Version 2, I think it was. That really took the beans, but it wanted the beans. I loved my Type Rs, man, my Alpine Type Rs. Those were my little monsters. Literally, that's what I used to call them. Honestly, I think those were probably the best other brand that I had. I mean, I had some Infinity reference subwoofers. I had Doles, God. I've had Sony Explode, the Pentagon, the black ones. I've had Pioneers, 2 different types of Pioneers. I had the IMPP, the old school one. Those were really nice. Oh, man, I'm trying to think what else I had. Not that much, but enough, you know, and it's like, once I went with the Kicker, the Solo X18, I never went off the beaten path, man. You know, I had it in that prefab box or whatever you wanted to call it for years on clamping maybe 500-600 watts, you know, and I was content with it. I felt like the loudest in town, and I pulled up to somebody playing 54 hertz. I sounded like the loudest in town. I did a 44 in the kick. I metered it, 44 in the kick, 40 headrest, first score. It wasn't bad for only clamping like 600-700 watts. But at 54 hertz, it wasn't the best, and it's all it could play. It's not like it was like the Comp C box where it was tuned at 31, 32. This thing was tuned at 53 and peaked at 53. It was pretty efficient and pretty loud, but it was small, 3.5 cubic foot box, 20 square inches per cube of port area. It was retarded. I don't know who the heck designed that one, but it was a prefab for the Solo X. Maybe Ernie would know. And they actually cut out the bottom. They cut out the bottom, and it was 1-inch MDF all the way around, dude. All the way around. It was a stout box, but it was too small for a Solo X18. The minimum recommended for a port is like 5 cubes and then plus the port. So I don't know what they were thinking, but I mean, to fit it in your trunk, it fit in a Jetta. That's where I first saw it. And never again. Always in my car. Jonathan Resendez, what is going on, man? Thank you for tuning in from Facebook. Appreciate you. Andy also loves bazookas. I do love my bazookas. I can't wait, because it's going to be a good comparison video with these two, you know? Because the Square has a little bit more cone area, but it's an 8, and that's a 10. And then the 8 has more power handling, but then this has less power handling. So honestly, I feel like the L7 is going to outperform it, but I feel like this may be more efficient. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the tile small parameters of each, like SPL of each, and you can get an idea of, you know, what a woofer would do with how much power. But I just have a feeling the bazooka might be a little bit louder on less power, and then the L7 is just going to come and be like, you know, that's it. Because it is the L7S. It's not like they make an R. If it was the R8, but they don't make that, it might beat that. Because I know the Rs, L5 2.0, are a lot more efficient. And even watt for watt, man, I mean, I feel like an L7S is more, like that's the original L7. And that's more, you know, overall sub. The L7R, maybe it's not as authoritative or punchy in most applications, and, you know, doesn't need as much power, and this one might sound like it's louder, but the L7R is just more efficient. So if they made an 8 in that, I think that would just blow the bazooka out of water. Plus it's already got it by the cone area, but then again, you're back, okay, less power handling. This is 200 RMS, non-water cooled. 300 watts if you cool it, throw the coil up its butt with the radiator system. and then this is $450. So it's a good comparison, I think. I think it is as close as you're going to get. You know, I mean, you could try different stuff. I didn't really buy the L7S8 with that in mind. I wanted it because I wanted it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I was going to buy a 15 too just because, but I'm like, what am I going to do with a 15? I'm already putting all this stuff in these other cars. I don't know if I'm going to keep this car. And like, I already got these two 12L7Ss just sitting there, but they are my reactive load testing. So they are in use. Just haven't amp dynoed in a while, which I need to get on. Absolutely. El Fuego, Andy. Dusting off the gold letter kicker 8s in a small sealed truck box, 75 watts RMS each okay. I think so, man. I remember those. I know which ones you have. Obviously gold letters, but that's 8s. I mean, if you put 75 RMS to them, you shouldn't have a problem, man. You really shouldn't. And just, you know, just like how we do. You can never have too much power, but just play within reason. I know it's a lot easier to blow smaller speakers that play like a higher frequency because it's not like you hear distortion quite as much. I'm sure you can, but I feel like it's a lot harder because I tune a lot of things by ear with my mids and highs. Honestly, I see where the gain's set and then I just kind of like play with it because music's all over the place and just how I have everything else tuned with itself and just, you know, meshing everything together. Play within reason. You'll be fine. But honestly, yeah, you'll be good, buddy. You'll be good. But those old speakers, they don't need much power. They really don't. So that 75 RMS, is that at like 2 ohms on the amp? Is that at 4 ohms? Are those single 4s? I don't know. That makes a difference too. Because then, you know, if you're starting at a higher impedance and your box rise, we'll say box rise, your door rise, wherever they're located, your impedance rise, if you start at 2 ohms and you have an average of times, we'll say times 2, then you're going to see 4 ohms out of the amp, okay? And that's normal. You know, usually most amplifiers, they lose about half power when they double the impedance. Well, when you start at 4 ohms, then you go to 8 ohms, sometimes amplifiers, they just, you know, they'll hit a certain point where they just don't keep dividing in half. It's just like they're just losing power quicker and quicker because you're going higher and higher in the impedances. So if you wire down lower, you might, more chances than none, get more power even after rise. The rise will be different. The rise can be different. That's the whole thing, because then you're changing the impedance of the coil, the wrappings, the windings around the coil, and just how it works electronically and physically. And it's just, you can't compare the two, but that's the easy way to put it. But I think you're just thinking too much of it, man. Just throw it together, play within reason. El Fuego, I know you got it, man. I can't believe Pebbles won the Unmasked after show. It's been a long week. The Unmasked show, he actually won. Deviant for Life won the rig contest. We had nothing to do with that. Dub Team, hey Andy, that Scar song you uploaded was harsh, bro. Dude, 85,000 views later, funny. Oh man, it was for Jeeps originally, and I'm like, dude, that would be funny if someone made that about Scar. And I'm like, I got a video of my buddy John. I helped, like, you know, tune a system, and he actually asked me which ones to buy, the two Scar 12 Evils, or actually they're 10s. They're 10 Evils. The 10 Evils or a 12 L7S in a single loaded prefab kicker enclosure. And I was like, man, I'm like, if you want to stick with a kicker, yeah, but you got that KXA 2400. That's a lot of power for 112. And I know I do not trust you with the gain and the bass knob. You like to get that extra gravy and then some. I thought the kicker wouldn't even last. So I was like, dude, just go with the Scars. They're around the same price. Pawn shop, you know, same place. Go with the Scars. Beat the crap out of them. It's going to be louder just because there's two of them and they have a higher RMS. I think 1,000 or something, but within reason. You just got two subwoofers. I think they're 10s. They're 10s or 12s, but either way, the Evils. And hooked up, sounds loud, man. It's probably a 45, 46, and in the Scar prefab box. And it's just, you know, there's no replacement for displacement. You got more cone area, period. But if you're looking for something a little bit, maybe it sounds better. Yeah, go with the single 12. Play within reason. Oh, here we go. Woo. All right. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. You know, I was thinking about it. Rolling Thunder was falling apart last minute, and I didn't even make the event and everything for the show tonight, and I was like, man, maybe I just need to relax one more day. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we did it. We did it. We're here now. I was like, I got to. I can't. All I got to do is talk, right? Aaron T. Andy, how did you make your kicker subwoofer clock? That's patent information. I'm just kidding. I just put a clock into the subwoofer. I had to take the subwoofer apart, salvage the cone, which is the hard part. Putting the clock in the kicker is the easy part. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Average Guy, thank you for tuning in. Hey, bro, I got to exit out, but it was awesome to see you in the live show. I'm hoping I have more free time to join in more often. Peace for now. My bro, thank you so much for tuning in. Go check out his channel, man. He does a lot of JL audio stuff, install stuff, sound quality oriented, and just, you know, bass head stuff, man. Go check him out. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. All right. All right. I was really behind on the comments, wasn't I? It's always rigged. Always rigged. All right. Well, I think we're gonna cut this one short just so I don't push myself too much, and I'm tired. But I feel like we covered everything, and Vega's not in here. I was gonna have Vega jump on, but it's okay. We'll have Vega on next week if he wants to. I'll do Vega next week, whole show, front, beginning to end. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys. I really do. Not really doing too much this weekend. Going to my sister's and maybe meet her in Cookie Monster. But I got some videos coming your way. Just did some editing last night for the Tabor 2s. And I have to do some more editing for Mr. Vega's Big 3 kit that I got. And it's better to wait on the film so that you have, like, you know, 2 weeks of the equipment, you know, and get a better thorough review, you know, a future yourself in the video. And I think that's pretty cool. Thank you, Ernie. Appreciate you just hanging out and just being yourself, man. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Thank you so much. Paul, thank you. You have a good weekend too, buddy. Baba won't let me leave. This is your queen, your Q. This is your Q. I always say queen. I don't know why queen. I played Roller Coaster Tycoon forever, and I always read it as queen. It's Q. This is your Q, Mr. Koslick. Enjoy your weekend all. Thank you, Baba, for tuning in, and thank you for your super chat. I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. El Fuego, thank you, Andy, in the audio community. El Fuego, thank you, man. I can't wait to see your stuff. I know you're moving, situating. I am excited to see your stuff, man. And thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you guys. Yes, guys, smash that like before you leave. Appreciate it. And SJC, we got to figure out why I'm not getting the super chat notifications on StreamYard. See if you can figure it out, because it's still not working. All right, guys. Well, on that note, I'm just going to throw up the L7-8 Flex video real fast. And, of course, my outro. And you might catch me at the very end if you stick to it. And you might see Cornut, too. But either way, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. And, as always, stay living loud. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Cornut. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you guys next time. Stay living loud.